Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Mario 3 Randomizer Tournament second round action on Mario Day. March 10th is Mario Day, and we have a treat for you today here on SpeedGaming 2 with a double header of some very good players squaring off in a bid for the quarterfinals. Our first match is the 11 seed YoBGS taking on the 6 seed paraducks64 in what should be a very entertaining match. I'm Pro A007, very happy to be joining you here this evening, and on the mic with me is the reliable and always entertaining Cyclone. Welcome.
Thank you, and happy Mario Day, everyone. Yes, as you said, we have a treat here, 2 excellent races coming up, and we were just talking a little bit before this matchup. YoBGS and Paraducks, they have a difference of about 1:10 in their average times from the round robin. YoBGS with a 5-1 record, Paraducks going a full 6-0, starting his tournament in this part of the bracket. Didn't have to play in round 1. So we are expecting a really good matchup here between these two runners. This could easily go 3, and we got a lot of mushrooms in that hash tonight.
Yeah, Paraducks went undefeated in Group G. BGS went 5-1 in Group B, splitting his matches with the venerable Classic 188. So, both runners are experienced. Both have been in the brackets before. This is Paraducks' third time. He is yet to get out of the quarterfinals. Let's see if he can make that big push towards the semis this year. He's certainly capable of it. Runners have been given the flag. Let's get it going.
Yep, and yeah, once you get to especially in the next round, you're gonna have a lot of times that start getting close. So anyone could make it once you get to the next round for sure. We're still gonna have some good contests here in this round. We're starting in World 4. That seems to be a starting world a lot in these flags, aren't they? Doesn't it?
It seems that way. Paraducks and BGS get 5F1 as their lead off. Paraducks being a little more quicker through the stage, picking up a mushroom. BGS a little more cautious.
Yeah, he stopped at one of the thwomps and let it do his cycle, but he ran under the second one and braved that one. So they are a few seconds apart on Boom Boom. Paraducks slight lead.
So they're going to have to play the other fort here in World 4. That only broke the lock, but it was required anyways. BGS getting only 1 fire bro. He'll get his music box. Paraducks did.
Fire bro, probably one of the worst brothers you have to fight. It can be tough to dodge those fireballs, especially if you got 2 of them flinging at you. We have a coin check.
Yeah, and Paraducks finds the other World 5 fort. They paired those together today in this opening match. Paraducks mistimed his P-speed jump, got hit by the hot foot. BGS picking up a hammer.
Ooh. That's a very important pickup because one thing that we need to mention with these bracket flags, there's no end card game in these flags. That means that they're not going to be able to rely on flipping cards in the card game to get those hammers or Hammer Brothers suits or clouds that they might want. They have to get them from the Hammer Brothers. So you're going to see a lot of Hammer Brother fighting to look for those important items.
Right, and on top of that, hammers do not break locks in the bracket stages. So they have to be very careful with their item use, particularly with clouds and hammers. Hammers only are valuable in 4 worlds. This is one of them, actually, although the map did not allot for it. But 2, 3, 4, and 6 can still have hammer value. Got a Fred World 4 airship. Paraducks trying to do peace speed here.
And you know it's the World 4 airship because the coins are not turning. It's the only airship where that happens, only stage in the game where that happens.
Mm-hmm. So they're pretty close in terms of position. Paraducks is fractionally ahead at this stage. We take on our first Koopa Kid, Iggy. Normal Iggy today, 2 hits. Ooh, and well, he's a normal Iggy right there.
He got hitboxed.
Yep, it's a 5-hitter, so Paraducks first one out at 259. EGS is... Go ahead.
Didn't mean to cut you off, sorry. They're not very far apart at all.
Yeah, 4 seconds leading off. Okay, get your predictions in, chat. What's our next world gonna be? World order is shuffled.
What do you want to go with on that, Guest Pro?
I'm gonna say 3.
Let's see 7 early.
We got a 4. We already seen 4. We went a 1, a 6, a 2, and Proud Italian is our winner. Congratulations. So we lead off with 7-4. Not a difficult stage, but a fairly long one. Even at full speed, it takes about 35 seconds.
And the reason for that is because the swim mechanic, it's a lot slower to swim than it is to run. So it takes a lot longer to go through any stage that is underwater. And I still remember as an auto-scroll, I hated this stage.
Yeah, it's about 90 seconds as an auto-scroller. And what does Proud Italian win? A lifetime supply of Boss Bass charging at him.
Yep, free meals for Boss Bass.
Yeah. It is Mario Day.
But going back to the auto-scroller comment, all the auto-scrolling is turned off except for 2 levels which can show up in the levels. That is 5-9, which doesn't function well without it, and the fabled Atlantis level, which is a lost level.
Right, Paraducks and BGS are in Air Force now.
This is a level that seems infinitely easier with the auto-scrolling turned off.
Yeah, a lot of precise platforming. It can be a little jarring for new players because in the vanilla game it runs at 60 FPS. Maybe throw off your movement a little bit, but both these runners are practiced at it. This could be a good use for a hammer. It depends on where the pipes are. We haven't seen any pipes on the left-hand side of the map. There are... So that might determine whether they hold on to their hammer and hope that World 3 or 6 is valuable.
Ooh.
Or...
We have a Boss Bass. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's cool. We have Boss Bass here in 1-2.
Yeah, we can pet him.
And BGS has become a meal. Paraducks is gonna play the Hammer Bro. Ooh. A Jugum Cloud for Paraducks. Clouds actually have almost more value in brackets. Okay, so... Yeah, I think Paraducks is making the right call here. Play the level. Unless it's something really awful, it's only worth 1 level. That Cloud, on the other hand, might get some mileage in World 3 or 6. Or excuse me, at the end of this world, excuse me. Yeah.
Hope to see if either runner decides to take advantage of that. So Paradox does clear the level.
BGS is going to take a look. He is going for it.
Yeah, he can choose either of those levels if he wants to. Actually, he would have to go to 2 in this case. So he can just go straight to 2. I doubt he's going to use the Cloud on that. There could be a much more useful space for that Cloud later.
It's possible. It's 5-2. I mean, on BGS might be... Okay, BGS... Some players, I sometimes do this, but, just to try and get through a world as quickly as possible, just kind of build some momentum. Gun through a world as quickly as you can. That's probably more valuable as a late game play, but... And the only real answer is you don't want to leave any clouds on the table going into World 8.
No, they don't have as much use in World 8.
Yeah, barely any, unless you get something early. It's not going to pay off. Paradox is in World 1 airship.
Oh, yes. I still will remember those cannons at the end of the World 1 airship hitboxing me all the time. So here we are, 2 hits on Morton. That is our 3rd hit. He's trying to get him with fire, not enough fireballs yet. Looks like it was a 4 hit.
Yeah, 752 for Para. BGS remains just seconds behind at this stage.
It looks like YoBGS did make up a little bit of time on the airship. He was a little further behind earlier in the race.
Yeah. And he used his hammer, so that helped cut the game, but Paraduck still has it. So we'll see if it had. There's no guarantee of any utility, though. Here's World 3, case in point.
So we moved to World 4 at the beginning, and now we're just going in order. And Paraduck's going for the clip. YoBGS is small, has to go in and probably. Well, I thought I might take a death, but it looks like he might just play the level.
Yeah, I thought he was going to take. I thought he'd use the cloud here. If he doesn't have any power-ups, this is a good time to use it. Because the stage takes about 45 seconds without.
This could be a case where cloud strategy comes into play. He might be saving that cloud for when 5-9 shows up, for example.
So, Paraduck's getting a look at the map. He's going to go back and play the fort, it looks like. BGS, nice bit of maneuvering there, getting that piranha plant despawn.
We found World 8 fort.
Best fort in the game. Anybody tell you otherwise? I actually did a little checking, and these guys actually were in the same group last year. They split their matches. Paraducks went on to finish 7-1 in group play. BGS was 6-2, and they played in easily the toughest group last year because Haxor was in that group too. He missed the cut at 5-3. So,
interesting question. Why does the Angry Sun always seem to be in level 2-3?
It isn't always, but it does seem to come up a lot. Paraduck is going to take a run at this and finds the right path, so he is on his way. That's
YoBGS hasn't found his way to the fort yet, so I'm wondering if that might put him significantly behind at this point.
Putting him behind, he's at this point he's gonna have to burn that cloud, I think, just to get back to even. So Paraduck is looking pretty good right now, based on his routing choices.
Oh, get to that hammer brother quickly. There he goes.
All right, we got a regular Wendy and just a 2-hit Wendy. So 11:01 Paraduck, and now he's really starting to stretch that lead out because BGS has already burned up his hammer. I'm probably going to burn up Cloud here. No, he's not. He's going to hold on to it and gets tanked.
Ooh, this is the one tank stage that doesn't have a boom boom at the end of it. So if you were in World 8 and you happen to see this, you know you don't need to complete this.
Right. Yeah. BGS knows how to get there, how to get to the finish, but yeah, he's going to be about 90 seconds behind, I'd say. World 6 now. BGS waiting out the giant hammer, bro. Gets him. Gets a tail for all of that.
And goes to fight 2 more Sledge Brothers outside.
Sledge Brothers have been prevalent so far in this seed. It's a music box.
Not the most useful item.
No, but it can save you some time because, you know, at a certain point, you have to wonder how many Hammer Bros do you really need to fight. And those take about 15 seconds of pops. So if you keep running into them, that can become an adverse situation, especially if you're not getting useful items. Paraduck got a P-Wing off of that one. Ooh, I think we got a free one here. Nope. Oh,
nope, we got a bridge.
But it is a 3-fort World 6, so but 2 of them are in very close proximity, so that helps. And we have Navy. Set your mind at these.
Looks like YoBGS is going to be almost 2 minutes behind here. He's just killed Wendy at about 12:53, 12:54.
Yeah, 12:58 on the grab. That's, yeah, almost exactly 2 minutes behind. So he is behind the 8 ball right now. because of his routing choices.
We have to keep in mind that there is still a lot that can happen. World 6, for example, can show up, and there could be. Oh no, we're into World 6. World 7, I meant to say, can show up. We could have a pipe maze coming along where Paraducks takes the wrong path, and YoBGS finds the quick path to finish.
That's what happened in game 2 last night between me and Dust Minion. I guessed correctly, he didn't. And what was, at that point, an even race turned into a pretty lopsided almost instantly. It went from like 15 seconds to about 2 minutes.
One decision like that can cause that to happen.
Yeah. Paraducks, though, is in the driver's seat at 13:54 at the halfway point. We still have worlds 1, 5, and 7 left. So what's it going to be, chat? We got 1, 5, and 7. It's also worth noting, all the hammer level worlds are out.
Yeah, the hammer's not going to really get used now. That's just going to take up space in the inventory.
Yeah. So we got... And there's a hammer suit, though. That's nice. Yeah,
that'll get saved.
So... Fortunately, the one time a hammer would really come in handy right now for Paraducks, unfortunately has no utility here, so he's going to have to play 3 levels to get around it. Which also probably means that the fort is 1 fort.
The Paradox finishes what was actually level 1-6 there. YoBGS is fighting Boom Boom. And Boom Boom is down.
3-7.
Yeah, 3-7.
Oh, I knew it.
Had to happen.
I knew it. Had to.
Lunch.
Oh, so both players have been lunched in this race. Ooh, Paradox gets his mushroom. I
can't blame Boss Bass there. I mean, who wouldn't want some duck stew or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I was saying hammer would be good here, but yeah, hammers don't break locks under these controls. So, unfortunately, yeah. It's like, boy, that hammer would really come in handy here, but fortunately, that is not going to save him.
Yeah, this would have been a great point for the hammer if it was in the case where it broke locks, and Boss Bass got a free meal.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, that's 2 now for Paradox, and BGS is actually gained a little time between worlds by about 5 seconds or so, but
get out of the water.
Progress, and he's gaining some time as it is because of the 2 meals that Boss Bass has received.
Now, if YoBGS can avoid Boss Bass himself on those 2 stages, that'll make up a little time immediately.
Well, 3-7 is one of those things, like, you just kind of have to have a second instinct about it. You know, it's gotta figure it's gonna happen. We got a pair of 1-ups off of that, so worked out pretty well.
Oh, we have a coin block in the Hammer Brothers stage. And I think we're at... Nope, this is one of the stages I hated.
7-9, yeah. BGS does avoid Boss Bass.
And gets shrunk.
He avoids the item. Smart.
Ooh, I thought he was going to get eaten there for a second, but he avoided it, and he's through the stage cleanly.
7-9, definitely one of the longest stages in the game. Paradox, I think, is going for pipe clips. Didn't get it. BGS continuing to move on.
A nicely used P-Wing there, just by chance, happened to be a Boss Bass stage.
Yeah. It's nice. It's a nice feeling when you use a random P-Wing and it really is in a beneficial stage like 7-6. It's like, oh, well, that was it. Paradox does indeed find 1 fort. BGS is only 2 stages, about a stage behind now. Gonna chance it with Fire Nipper and gets around him. Good.
Yep, Fire Nipper did not get him.
Gonna save him time. So,
Oh,
in spite of, that's not bad. So in spite of the early problems for BGS, he has caught up a bit here on Paraducks, who's in the World 2 airship. So we're not out of this yet. We still have Worlds 5 and 7. 7, with its interesting routing, could make this a very competitive race.
It could come down to World 7 at this point. I don't see World 5 being too much of a problem in terms of routing for either runner, but World 7, that is where the routing will really come into play.
Yeah, 5 has its moments, especially if you get kind of a double-edged play here. BGS is going to play 1 fort. He will probably take the item, so it is faster. 1846 for Paraduct.
And YoBGS does take the item, as you suggested. The king is asking who does Mario's taxes.
Well, he's paying he's paying somebody to find out what he owes the military-industrial complex. This is an interesting setup for 5. We got 2 forts down there. The bridge fort is on the right-hand side of the map. The lock fort is on the left-hand side. It's usually the other way around.
It's going to be curious to see if we have to do both forts before we even go to the sky. That's a very interesting scenario.
It's a fair question, largely because this could be a 3-fort world, so it's possible.
Yeah,
very possible.
It'd be a bit of a gamble to leave those behind, but if that's a gamble that turns out to be fortuitous for YoBGS, if he feels like he's behind, he feels he needs to make that gamble, he may choose to try that.
Well, let's see what the map gives us. And, okay, it's just a standard 2-fort world, so it's just 2 levels and then skip right past the tower to Roy. And I think we're going to have 2 thick Koopas here at the end. The vanilla thick Koopas, for that matter. So, Paraducks, YoBGS did gain time once again. He's less than a minute behind now. He dropped the deficit 58 seconds.
Almost got trapped in the thwomp chamber there, but he got out of there.
Yeah, 58 seconds now for BGS. Paraducks is in 6-8. He's got to wait for that chomp to behave itself.
Yeah, the running chain chompy or the hopping chain chompy. You don't see that every day.
Nope. So Paraducks is going to use his... That's a good use of Cloud, because Cloud value is debatable in World 7 just because of the way the world's structured and how the pipes could end up playing. So this is probably his last real guaranteed good chance at it.
Yeah, I like the use of the Cloud there myself. YoBGS went to smack the Sludge Brother with the brick. They hit the brick too early, lost his leaf to the Sludge Brother following on top of him.
BGS still has his Cloud, so might use their one-hit thick Roy. Go figure.
Wow.
21-31. Yes, wait this out as well. So the winner of this match actually will be taking on the winner of the 3-14 matchup. Ibuba 7, the 3 seed, and Gimp Extreme, the 14 seed. They are playing, I believe, on Thursday. I believe Thursday or Friday. I can't remember offhand. Paraducks Super Tanks. BGS is 3-3.
I dare to say those tanks aren't that super.
Yeah.
They're not big enough.
Oh.
So,
yes.
Airship done for Paraducks. YoBGS does play the stage. He is, either he did not use the Cloud or he ran out of it. He used it somewhere already.
So, Paraducks broke the lock, protecting that. Okay, he's got a free pass, a God World, pretty close to a God World 7 for Paraducks. Now we got to start thinking sub 30.
It's possible. Need a really good World 8 to do that.
Well, he's going to be at about 24 and change, because I can't imagine he's going to play Piranha 2.
No.
So, BGS can close the gap here, because he still has his cloud. He might do a double, and if he plays the same route.
He is about, I want to say, about a minute and a half, 2 minutes behind at this point, though. So he will have to do something like that in order to save the time. And the question is, will Paraducks find a use for that? Actually, does he really have any items left he can use in World 8?
Yeah, he's got his hammer soup, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Hold on to that. BGS. Oh no, BGS is going the wrong. Well, let's see what this turns out, but yeah, he's going the wrong way. It's a 5-hit thick Ludwig and 2402 for Paraducks.
And that's a really good time for 7 worlds, so we'll have to see what this World 8 has, and you'll be just going the wrong way, as you said. That didn't lead him very far, it looks like. He's going through the other pipe now.
Right, so all things considered, it could have been worse, but yeah, this is really going to come down to he's going to need a major route divergence Paraducks part here to bring this back even.
And by the way, Bowser gives you an item in his letter. You just don't get to see what the item is in the because of the way the game doesn't show that. In the vanilla game, you wouldn't get an item there.
So Paraducks kind of following the trail right now. Saw a lock. Okay,
wow.
we have two bridges. We've seen a third lock. We got a lock. We got tanks or super tanks, and it is regular Paraducks.
Don't need to play this.
3-1 is so it's one of those levels like you're almost better off just playing it, because by the time Big Bertha here eats you, you're about 3/4 of the way done with the stage. But he is not going to follow through.
Nah, it's a swimming stage. I think it's actually a good call to take the death there.
Yeah, so we have seen now all the locks. Oh, nice dodge there by Paradox. We've seen all the locks and bridges now, because there's a lock in front of Air Force. So that's informative. Now we'll just have to see what breaks here and what this will force the runners to. We still have pipes that weren't checked up front, so if nothing really materializes, he may go back.
And YoBGS does take out our chunky Ludwig and grabs the 2601.
2 minutes behind, which is actually as bad as I thought it would be, but breaks the lock in the top right corner, gives him another pipe to check.
Now you said there was a lock in front of the Air Force. That Air Force could be the bridge.
It wasn't the bridge. Air Force broke the lock in the top right corner. He got a hand en route to a couple more forts, so he's just going to play this out. He's going to play this out. It's 4-4, not a big thing. He can deal with that.
Interesting how the slow swimming stages showed up in World 8.
BGS is saying no thank you to that. He's going to check the other pipes. And ooh, he found the fort. Wow, I'm surprised. I think he's looking for the path to Bowser. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
but
he's looking for information.
Oh, okay, so that puts him on the hand bridge. So Paradox is in 6F2. BGS is really kind of running the gamut here on the levels, and see how this plays out. But BGS is going back. I think he's going to play the fort.
Yeah, I think he needs to go play the fort right now and hope that when he finds the path to Bowser, that's the right one. Because so far, unless, go ahead.
I would say he's going back. He's going the kind of the wrong way here.
Oh, he's doing a full exploration of the world. It looks like.
Oh, this could severely backfire on him. Okay,
He'll fight 3-1. He'll take a death probably, unless he wants to keep a Snooki suit.
I think he's got one or two of those.
Yep,
Paradox
going for the death. Not very clean on the death try attempt, though.
Oh, unfortunately, and Paradox passed on the star, which went in the wrong direction. Okay, BGS has now found the right path.
YoBGS has not found the bridge yet, so... Or was that... Yeah, that was YoBGS. So YoBGS found that for the first time, as she said. I'm looking at the wrong screen. My bad.
Paradox about to get the moment of truth. Is it, or is it? No!
No, that's the fort!
BGS is in the lead.
He just doesn't know it yet.
Oh boy, BGS is constant overworld explorations pay off, and BGS is in the driver's seat. He's in 2 forts.
Now here's the question: when he completes this fort, will he go right to the bridge and check to see if he has the path? If he doesn't, he goes to another fort. Paradox will go right back in the lead when he goes back to the bridge.
He might. We'll see. He knows where it is, so BGS is a full stage ahead. Can he make this path? They both have hammer suits. This is a short enough fort to where it's gonna be close. Really close.
This could be very close. Go to the bridge, BGS. See if you have a bridge. That's probably what's going to decide the race right now. And Paradox is having some bad luck in the fort here, too. Taking a couple hits.
Well, it's largely moot, but yeah. Paradox, so BGS is going for it, and he is well on his way to stealing game 1 here.
Yeah, he likes what he sees. 1 fort. World 8, having a much easier time with it than Paradox did. He just needs to get to Bowser with the hammer suit intact before Paradox gets there with a hammer suit, assuming that happens.
Tried to go.
Doesn't get the clip on the lower level or the upper level.
So yeah, he's got to hold this. We'll see how practiced he is with the clip. Top route. Paradox uses burn. Play all 4 to get there. BGS, strike 1 on the top door. Oh, he got it. Second
try. Very nice. This is the race.
Paradox. At this point, he's going to have to hope that Bowser somehow hits BGS. 5 hammers. And there it is. So get out the GGs for a remarkable come-from-behind victory by YoBGS, who has swiped game 1 after being behind for 95% of the race.
And that was an official SRL time of 31 minutes and 8 seconds for YoBGS. Get your GGs in chat form. Great comeback here. And looks like Paradox is not far behind.
Great equalizer strikes again.
And boy, did it equalize things in a hurry.
Whew.
That was some finish. So that's that shows you right there. We were saying this could go to 3 games. It just takes one decision like that. Paradox went to a number of forts. Any of them could have been the right fort. And it turns out that YoBGS on his first fort chose the right fort. That's what gave him the win on this first race.
So, and official SRL time for paraducks64, 31:33. So 25 seconds between the 2 runners. That's basically a level.
Yeah, very good race. And yeah, we have potentially 2 more, at least 1 more, potentially 2 more races in this matchup tonight. So if you thought that was a good race, don't go anywhere. We got another one coming right up, right behind this. So yeah, we'll be right back, and we're going to take a quick break ourselves while we set up the second race. Stay tuned.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Game 2 of this second round tilt between YoBGS and paraducks64. And if you are just tuning in for Game 2, you missed one hell of a Game 1, I gotta say. That was about as good as we've seen so far this tournament. Paraducks leading most of the way, got dinged by the great equalizer in World 8, and YoBGS 2 minutes behind in going into World 8. pulls off a come from behind win by getting the correct fort and scoring a Game 1 victory over paraducks64, 3108 to 31-33. 25 seconds between our runners. So if Game 1 was any indication, we are in for a treat here in Game 2 of this best-of-3 second-round match.
What a race from that first race. It was literally a game of choose the correct fort and you win the race, and that's what it came down to. The fort was in an out-of-the-way location. The other three were all clumped together, and the one that was correct was in that out-of-the-way location, and that made the difference in this first race.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a very quick seed with both players running basically full speed through most of it. Even not many hammers were not really in play. Clouds were limited, but the worlds themselves were very quick.
Okay. So I believe our second race should be getting started in a moment here. What world do you want to see first?
I will say world. Let's go world 7.
It's going to be 4, but I'm going to say it's world 3.
World 4 was very quick in Game 1. It was two World 5 forts and then airship.
Looks like one of our runners has unreadied for a moment, so we were just waiting for him to ready up there again. So we'll get that race started for you in just a moment here. So in the meantime, this is a potential best of 3. We have just seen the first race, YoBGS up 1-0 over Paraducks. Paraducks, for those who are just joining us late, Paraducks starting in this part of the bracket, didn't have to play in round 1 because he qualified with a high enough seeding that he just got to go straight to round 2, whereas YoBGS, with a 5-1 record, had to play in the first round, and the opponent he defeated was Magoo is Adorable, defeated him 2-0 in order to advance to this matchup where he now leads 1-0 over paraducks64.
Yeah, BGS has caught fire. He split his matches with Classic in Group B. I think he's won, now 8 in a row or 7 in a row, I think. Or no, I think he's won 8 in a row. I think he lost his first match, and then hasn't lost since. So he's on a bit of a roll, and it is World 4. Go figure.
Yeah, didn't I say it's going to be World 4? I just hoped it was something else, but yeah, it is World 4.
Interesting, both players actually playing the coin ship ahead of the fort. I thought it would have been the other way around, but the runners want to guarantee... Oh, Paradox almost got hit by a boomerang, bro.
So did YoBGS, but YoBGS hits the wrong part of the head. Ouch.
So there that goes. BGS is going to play 4-4 and gets the third hand stage along with Paradox.
Oh.
BGS getting clipped again. That's twice now.
YoBGS cursing about those hitboxes right now, I'm sure.
Yeah. BGS is going to get a power up. The Jugum Clouds here in World in the hand stages seeds, so they find the other two hand stages. They're going to be running pretty quickly here.
Yeah, they'll be interested in those clouds for sure. Those are skippable stages.
Yeah.
And Paradox is finding Sledge Brothers on water.
P-Wing for his efforts. That's like to have that hammer, that mushroom that got away too. World 2 fort. Now the fort that decided Game 1 turns out.
Yeah, it's decided the first game. Now it's just the first obstacle.
Yeah. BGS kind of got a little ahead of himself there, trying to get past Sledge Bro, but takes care of business. Paradox 2/3 of the way through the fort now. Moment of truth. Is 2 fort the answer, or do they have to retreat back to the fort by the pipe?
I can just see it not being the answer this time.
Well,
it's the answer.
Yeah. So, and we get the World 2 airship. So,
Paraducks looking like he's going to have a slight lead here, courtesy of the couple of times YoBGS got clipped on enemy heads in this start of the race.
got a bouncy Iggy.
Wow, Iggy, what are you doing?
Bouncy thick Iggy to lead off, but it's a 3-hitter, so...
Looks like some second guessing on the routing happening in chat.
Played the fort next to the pipe, yeah. Uh-oh, BGS got stun locked. It's got to hurt. Okay, he should be all right.
As long as he doesn't get hitboxed on Iggy, which has happened multiple times.
Yeah.
He's good. Theoretically, this siege should be beatable. Thank you, King.
Well, I rolled it, so anything is possible here. World 2 with a mushroom. Got 3 levels and then a pipe. So 3-1, a stage that was actually one of the hand stages in World 8. That both of them actually found. No, it wasn't a hand stage, it was tanks. Game 1, both of them found it and had to kind of work to take their 100-coin fine. BGS is actually going to P-Wing, and that's not exactly the stage you want to P-Wing, I guess. Yeah, he's going to save some time, but...
If it wasn't for the different levels, I would ask if you actually gave them the same seed by accident.
Yeah. Paraducks is going to go for top route. It's a little riskier with the enemies, but faster than bottom route. And unfortunately, no stars, no orb kill on... or no orb for Boom.
Nice jump in the Thwomp hallway there. And Boom Boom is down once again. YoBGS is entering as Paraducks is walking out the front door.
So we're 2-4 now, and it's 7-4. Yeah, are we sure? I might have just done like a weak shuffle here of the deck.
Yeah, that's a very light shuffle you gave it there. I think you just moved a few cards around for fun there.
Yeah, didn't even give it a good riffle shuffle. I mean, come on. What's wrong?
There's no card games, but I mean, you played some cards there, it looks like.
Yeah. Alright, so about a 1-stage gap between our runners at this point. BGS entering 7-4 as Paradox leaving. It's time for a third party to make these seeds. Well, we will. There's a game 3. You can blame Cyclone for whatever happened, and you will. So
I'll shuffle it better. I'll shuffle it more.
Maybe you'll give them.
Put Atlantis in every world. There you go.
Yeah, 7-7.
Muncheretta, as it's affectionately known, and you can play this in a certain way to try to get the stars to bounce along for a while before you grab them and give you a little more time, but that's a casual strat. Paraducks not even stopping for the last star. That is chancy, but he got it.
And what is that hitbox, son? I think that should have actually hit him.
Must have been out just a frame early.
Yeah, that was something, all right. Paradox to play the one hammer, bro.
YoBGS is getting the other star, I think.
Yeah, BGS is Paradox, excuse me, is not going to go. Not going to take on hammer run over. BGS got to hurry. Okay, he's fine.
Oh, gotten just ahead of the sun. Nice.
World 6 airship for Paradox. To 1 thick Koopa. Get our second here.
Looks like a no. Third hit. That's it.
Paradox holding the aces right now. 7-14. BGS can go after the second hammer, bro, if he chooses, and he is. Paradox was not able to do this because he had a runner. Get some good? Yes, he does.
Nice cloud. Now we have to see what world is going to be next. I'm going to say it's World 3 at this point. What do you think?
I'm going to go with Diesel and say 1.
I'm going with the weak shuffle.
Weak shuffle.
Oh, World 7. Nice.
Ooh, we got a fort up front and 2 forts up front.
That's not savory.
5F2. So 5F1 is totally, of course, going to be the other fort. You what?
For sure.
It wasn't game 1, so logic demands it. Or not, well, we like to think it does. 8-11.
Let's see Fort Knox, so Paradox has to work for it.
Yeah. 8-11 for BGS. He's about a minute behind right now. He's got an extra cloud to work with, so we'll see how much that pays off. Okay, that broke the visible lock. Oh, I'm wrong. It's Carpet Fort, 6F3.
Yeah, final fort in 6.
I'm looking at my notes from game 1, and we did not see Fort Knox or Piranha Fort in game 1.
Correct. We need to see him now.
Okay, BGS is actually going for a pipe check. Ooh, it's a 3-fort World 7.
The hot feet are having minds of their own in this room, and I thought it was gonna block the door for a second there, but it didn't.
Cursing them, but I thought that was the whole point.
Yeah, it means we're doing our jobs well, right?
I guess. Third fort is 5-1. He's calling it now. All right. So, based on the logic, okay. Yeah, they have to play all 3. Wow. Huh.
Ooh, Paragoomba just took Paraduck's mushroom away.
4-3 now. BGS is in Carpet Fort. Gimp Extreme, I appreciate the Simpsons reference. It is never a bad thing. One of my favorite bits. It's also one of the darkest ever, I think.
And we have a Mario emote in the chat. Happy Mario Day to that person, Stewie.
Yes. Fine player and was at AGDQ 2020. Playing some very fun, great Mario for everybody. Paradox has a lot of pipes and a lot of choices.
If he's not on the right path, YoBGS could make up some time in the pipe maze here. He found the end of the area. Gonna have to find his way to that castle to break the lock now.
Paradox is finding everything except what he needs, so he's gonna hope that it's somewhere on the south central island. 4 pipes to play with, and good bet that a couple of them are gonna lead into each other.
We gotta find the dead end pipe sooner or later if we haven't already. There's
all right,
There's
okay,
the fort.
He's found it. All right, he's found it, and yay, it's Piranha Fort.
Hey! In World 7, no less.
Ask and ye shall receive, but where's its twin, 7F1? You need Fort Knox and Piranha Fort to be together, otherwise it doesn't really work, does it?
Now we can have a band fort in World 5, let's say.
So BGS is now going to play Guess That Pipe, South Central Island. Paradox is finishing up 7F2. BGS might gain a little time just by default here. If you can get the right pipe.
Not there yet. I think it was down in this area, though. I think you had to take this pipe to get there.
Thing.
We have an anchor. Welcome to Random Items.
Yeah, so we'll find out what that is. Paradox
Well,
Piranha.
that was a dead end.
BGS is getting a little turned around here. He's trying to. Okay, it was on the far side.
He's going the wrong way now. We haven't seen this.
Yep, that's unfortunate for him. He gets 3-8 with an angry sun.
Ah, the graphic glitch.
So, Paradox in control right now in World 7. This is actually what happened in Game 2 of my race last night. It was route divergence. Dust Minion went one way, I went the other, and paid off for me. Unfortunately, it did not for him. That really swung the race quite dramatically. Looks like so here. Para was already a minute ahead into the BGS grass draws at this point. He's, I think, lost control of sort of where everything is.
Well, I think this is the right pipe that BGS is in right now. I believe this took where we want to go. That's good because Paradox took a death. Actually, that was the wrong pipe. Paradox took a death, and that's going to give BGS a chance to get some time back.
Yeah. World 7 airship is one of the longest, and Paradox got bodied there by Ludwig.
Ludwig said, nope, this race needs to be a little closer.
Okay, BGS has now found the correct pipe, so that is going to put him back into this, but he's got to hustle.
Yeah, he's got to make it quick here. And he's not going to be happy to see Piranha Fort here.
No. Paradox grits the wand at 14:20. 7 minutes 6 second World 7 for Paradox. Got to have him feeling just a little on edge right now, because it took him almost as long to play that as it did the first two worlds. So I don't know what's going to be going through his mind necessarily, but it's like, ugh.
At this point, any runner, I believe, would be and I might be generalizing here, but any runner, I believe, would look at that and say, okay, my runner found a quicker route.
Yeah, and that's a fair assumption, because if you guess right on the South Central Island and you get the right spot, you're in good shape. Paradox finding one fort, a blue fort as one fort. That's interesting. Is he going to go for the item? No, he is not. I think that's the right call, because World 5, it's not... Logic always assumes, oh, BGS got dinged in Piranha 1. But logic assumes...
I think the pause was accidental, too.
Yes, no, it was actually intentional, because the chompers still move while it's in pause.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So that's what I think he wanted to do the first time. He got a little ahead of himself on the jump. Alright, so tower is required. Not see any tower in game 1. So BGS has... Go ahead.
I think it looks like we do have to do the climb here today. So this is one of those stages that is really, really long, and taking death late in this in that last section there, or in the section coming up, and that's a lot of time lost.
Yeah. Looks like the anchor is a mushroom today, so... Alright, so he's got to play 2 levels, and then he's on his way. Got a hammer bro, a couple of fire bros, problem. Gets a hammer, okay.
Still a couple worlds we can use that in, I think.
Uh-huh. Still haven't seen 3 or 6, so that's very much play 6-5 now.
Oh, boss pass.
As usual. But he'll despawn going through that pipe, so that's good. 6 and 3 are still out there. 3, they're going to need another hammer to make it pay off, but so 17:08 for BGS, almost 3 minutes behind. Paradox finding a Paragoomba.
And thankfully, the enemies here are very, very absent.
Yeah, that's fortunate for Paradox.
That Paragoon, I think, was one of the two enemies that spawned in place of the Nipper there. The other one was the flying paratrooper, so it left a nice big gap for him to just go right through.
Paradox correctly deciding to use his cloud and use the pipe as a stopgap in case something goes wrong with Roy, but I don't think it will. So,
I never know.
yeah, Roy can be this. World 1 airship isn't too bad, and it's a one-hit Roy.
Yeah, one hit Roy, nothing can really go wrong with that.
Yeah, 18 on the nose for Paradox through so it's 18 minutes at the halfway point. Game 1, Paradox was through the first 4 worlds 13:54. Still have 1, 3, and 6 to go.
YoBGS is in Spiral Tower now. He is, I believe, about 3 stages behind at this point or so.
Thereabouts, yeah. So we have World 6. There's a 10 up front, so see how many other 10s come up, because that'll tell us how many how many forts we're dealing with. A 2-1 leads off here in 6.
Paradox losing a power up, and now he's gonna intentionally go down to a small Mario. I'm puzzled by that. And takes a death.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. That's an unfortunate setback. Gonna actually frog Mario here in 2-1.
Comment in chat that we haven't seen a lot of beta today, and that's absolutely right. I don't think we've seen any beta stages.
We have not seen a single beta stage date in 12 plus worlds. Yeah, no beta according to my notes.
Yeah, are you sure you shuffled this well?
I can't even trust myself anymore.
YoBGS doing the boss bass despawn.
If it weren't for the abject cruelty I put them through in World 7, I'd be really doubting myself. Paradox 3F1 now.
Looks like we've lost YoBGS for a moment. Hopefully we'll get that back. Here it comes.
Got shell ready in case. You never know. Always could be a nipper up there.
And it always helps to have that shell with you just in case. But it looks like Paradox did read it correctly. Didn't take the shell with him. YoBGS just being careful. Of course, Paradox also destroyed the Koopa, which didn't help.
So we got 4 pipes, all within reasonable distance of another. Let's see what we got. Okay, so that's a pretty nice 6 there.
And here's 5-5, the one level in the sky that doesn't look like it's in the sky. Oh, that I thought Paradox was going to lose that life.
Yeah. Chat pointing out there was another 10 stage, so there's 2, no more than 2 forts now. Oh, it's a 1 fort World 6. Oh boy, Paradox found 7-5.
Now we need the boss bass, but I don't see one yet.
Well, they got an angry sun. That can be tricky in its own right, but
it can be.
He is not going to play it. He's going to play. There's our first beta stage. See? If you ask chat, ye shall receive.
I also saw chat asking for Atlantis.
Yeah, Morietta and Stewie kind of suggesting as such. We got a kind of a 5-3-ish beta, but underwater.
And this takes us to the end of the stage, and there's a Fire Brother waiting for you.
Yeah. So BGS is about 3+ minutes behind. He's got an extra cloud. That's one advantage at this. But he's got to start using them like now.
YoBGS has made his way to 2-1 a la Son of Anger.
Yep. Paradox successfully executing his P-Speed strats here. He had a little trouble in game 1 getting this to work.
We should explain what's going on here on Paraduck's side. He found a Starman at the end of the stage, but because Starmen usually don't appear on Koopa ships or on airships, they don't have any effect on the Koopa kids. You still have to kill the Koopa kids like normal. Just make sure you don't take damage yourself for a little while. That's all the star does in that case. 5-hit Lemmy, by the way, so LZ Cards fan would approve.
Well, we're all about his approval. I don't know about you, but I am definitely all about his approval. 22:39 for Paradox. We have 1 and 3 left. What's it going to be, chat?
1 will be last.
1 will be last. So
50-50 chance.
Yeah. Ooh, we got an interesting setup here in World World 1. Let's see how this plays out. The 3F2 H2O for it.
YoBGS almost ended up in trouble getting himself immobilized within the Sledge Brother, but managed to jump out, lost his mushroom in that position, and managed to get the kill as Small Mario. So Sledge Brother's down. He's continuing World 6.
Yes. Use P-Wing here in 5-5. F2 is in the books. BGS sails through, and ooh, Paradox got to take the long way around, and uh-oh, he found 6-6.
Oh my, and no leaf, so he can't. Actually, I think he can fly over that stage, right?
No, he can't.
Oh, that one you can't.
Nope, sorry. He is gonna. Looks like he's gonna play it through. He got a star and threads the needle with the chain bloopers. Ooh, got hit.
This is gonna be tough. Yep, there it is. YoBGS lost his power up to Blooper Mama as well, having a hard time getting through there, but now getting towards the end, just avoid these spiky fish.
Oh, right.
In the pipe.
I just remembered, Paradox doesn't burned his cloud already. He can't use it. BGS could.
Oh, that could make a difference here.
Could.
Paradox actually found a great place to use the frog suit here, because this actually makes the water part faster.
Yeah.
He might take sacrifice on it as he leaves the water, though.
Probably.
There it is.
Yeah. So good good enemy draw there. Clean things up. Paradox is through, but BGS damage boosting his way through the end of the World 4 airship.
Finds the same Starman, gonna find the same 5-hit Lemmy waiting for him. Having a ball.
There's our second beta stage, the waterfall stage. Somewhat reminiscent of 7-6, and then 7-1 and 7-6, that it's mostly vertical. BGS finally takes out Lemmy. Fortunately, did not gain much time overall, if any. Only maybe gained about 15 seconds, 25, 55.
So we've now seen 2 of the beta stages. Again, all chat had to do is ask. We have received.
Yes. 2-2, another fairly gentle stage, although it can have some lag here at the end with the enemy sets.
These blocks are very funny.
The micro Goombas, yeah, they can be.
Yeah.
And answer something in chat. Yes, second match tonight at 10 Eastern between Haxor and Teak. So that's going to be quite a match between 2 of the finest vanilla players. Go head-to-head in a round 2 match.
Yeah, that should be a great matchup coming up. Make sure you stay tuned for that. I actually haven't looked it up. Is it on the same channel? Just what we're on right now?
Yes, it is, actually.
Nice. So make sure you stay on this channel. When we're done here, we will have that for you.
BGS threads the needle with 3F2. We got a fire kill on Boom Boom. Paradox gonna make the music box. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to help a lot right now. If you want to avoid the Hammer Brothers in World 3, you can use it, but those are very quick. I don't know if it's worth going to the menu to use it.
BGS is kind of an interesting choice here. He's got 2 clouds. Does he play 6-6 the whole way through? It looks like he is. He's got Fire Mario, so he can make quick work of the enemy set here. Paraducks getting his wand at about 2750, I want to say.
YoBGS is getting... Sorry.
Go ahead.
YoBGS getting through 7-6 cleanly, so he's at the end of the stage now. Just has to jump over this flying Goomba, or just fire it, I guess.
So, BGS gets through that a little more cleanly than Paraducks did. I'd be surprised if he double clouded the end of this straight for the airship.
Yeah, barring the double cloud, he's 4 stages behind at this point.
Paradox plays the forward ahead of the pipe to hedge his bets. I think that's a good move, just in case. Probably won't be God pipe, but it's gonna probably put him in pretty good shape.
Just to go over the stakes again here, YoBGS is up 1-0 after a great first race in this best-of-3 matchup. And Paradox needs to win this race to stay in the contest and force a Game 3, which, if necessary, will follow right behind this race. So make sure you stay here if that happens.
Indeed. Okay, so Paradox is actually playing the other forward. I'm a little surprised. I would have actually taken a look at the left side of the map. I'm sure that there was a pipe there. There are 5 pipes. Potentially. BGS did double cloud, as I kind of thought he might, to get to the airship.
Nice movement through the hallway there by Paradox. Gets a Starman so he can hop on the spikes if he wishes, and he does.
Orb. BGS has cut the deficit to less than 2 minutes with the double cloud.
Yeah, he did that. Very nice.
So, but he's still playing catch-up here, and he's going to have to... There it is.
Oh, that was almost as close as you can get to a God pipe.
Close. He had to... Probably did have to play that first fort, but that aside, yeah, he's in good shape here. Paradox on his way to take on Wendy. I'm a little surprised he can go for the fire kill on Wendy, but especially now that she's a more than 3 hitter, but no problem. Paradox through, gets the wand at 30-30.
He threw a couple fireballs, probably just didn't think it was safe to go for that at that range, so and then accidentally took the hit, so couldn't go for it anyway.
And Paradox was correct in playing it because the Navy lock is protecting pipe.
And a little demonstration of just how different these seeds are. The first race was ending right about now in this next minute.
Yeah. Oh, and a little Zen wisdom from the king for a la some like it hot. Well, nobody's perfect.
Oh, we have a... how weak did you shuffle this deck?
I tell you, I am embarrassed for me. I mean, that's kind of a given, but man. All right. Yeah, you're definitely rolling game 3 if it happens. I can't be trusted. I am sorry. 3-7. So actually, a rare case where the cloud would have paid off. Actually.
Chat wants Fred to roll instead.
I don't think he's available, but
yeah.
Paradox finds the tanks, and it is a vanilla super tanks. There's a Fred if I've ever seen one.
Well, that's actually good information, because that means he knows he doesn't have to play the other tank stage.
Yeah.
Unless it's in the way, then he kind of has to.
Well, yeah. Unless it's forced draw, then he can ignore it, but...
You know what would be really evil right now if that stage happens to be Atlantis?
Of course. I think it was for me in game 1 last night. Game 1, Tanks was Atlantis. Luckily, it was not forced. Luckily, it was not forced.
Nice.
There's Tanks in the bottom right corner. Paradox getting caught by the hand. See if he decides to...
No, he doesn't need another cloud.
Well,
YoBGS is going for the fire kill.
Trying. There it is.
Got him.
Alright, Paradox. Continuing to check pipes. 32.53 for BGS. He's a little over 2 minutes behind. Paradox continuing to check pipes. He's not leaving anything to chance here.
We never asked how many bridges it's going to be for chat to guess.
Well, probably going to be 1 or some point. Got to be at least 2 because it's 2 locked.
Will they both be needed to get to the castle, though? We're going to see.
It's possible.
Ooh, Paradox getting hung up losing his tail instead of avoiding the thwomp.
Yes, doing a fire kill on Boss Bass. Oh!
What?
Mid-air snack for Boss Bass.
Wow! Just wow.
Yeah, that was pretty epic.
Oh, I think that tilted him a little bit because now he took a very unusual death in the pit there.
Yeah, 5-8 for Paradox. Paradox taking another death. I don't think that was intentional. I think he's trying to get around it, but he's also got a pipe to check. And yeah, I think Paradox is starting to get a little tilted here in World 8. He's trying to find the correct answer, and he doesn't want to admit. Okay, there it is. There's Air Force. Okay. Oh,
another unfortunate death.
I think the pipe in question is on the far left side of the hand bridge, I believe. So BGS gets fly across 6F2.
YoBGS is not that far behind now. We just saw Paradox here, what, 2 minutes ago?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe less. Paradox he's down to 2 lives. He's got to be really careful here. If he gets grabbed again in 5A, he's going to have to play it.
Yeah, he can't give up on those hand grabs anymore. He's going to have to get him out of the way.
Yeah. Okay, so that takes care of the lock. Oh, he got caught.
Oh, there it is. There it is. You shall play this stage.
Yeah, he has no choice at this point. He's resigned
to his fate. 17 coins will give him another life, though.
Oh! Paradox! What the hell is going on here? Okay.
Not getting grabbed that time. And actually, good thing because he went to use an item and actually stopped right on top of the hand stage. If he got grabbed, there was no item.
Yeah, he's going to use a P-Wing here. And yes, he does get caught by the hand. And it is 7-3. Okay, he's figured it out, but boy, oh boy. He's going to play very tight here because it's a game over if he dies.
And there's not a lot of coins in this stage.
No coins in this stage. And, well, there are a few, but not enough to get him what he needs.
At this point, I take the time to just grab a few coins just to try to get one up.
Well, he gets a freebie in Bowser's Castle. There is that.
Yeah.
There it is.
There is Bowser's Castle. Can he get through in one shot? He has to do this.
Yep. BGS is
5 lives. He'll take the death.
Yeah. Paradox. Okay, again gets a free life here with Everyman clips. So it's okay. There it is. Now, can he get to the finish line? Force a game 3. Not even to try for the
clip.
I wouldn't bother with tail. So Paradox
By the way, the statues randomly fire in this room. None of them fired on this seed.
Lucky him. There's BGS down to a frog suit. Wow. Wrong
On
stage
Air
to have it.
Force.
Yeah.
Not a good stage. Yeah, he probably wants to take a hit here. He's trying to take a hit. Save me from this fate, please. And then lands on a wrench.
Yeah, Rocky Wrench gets him, so it's tilted a little bit. Paraducks 2 jumps away from finishing the job and bringing us to a decisive Game 3. There it is. Get out the GGs for Paradox, who is probably sighing with relief after getting another brutal World 8.
So yeah, this is going to force game number 3. We are going to have a third race coming up, so don't go anywhere. We are going to have Paradox finishing with an official SRL time, 38 minutes and 12 seconds, well above his average, about 35 and a half minutes, I believe, is around where his average normally is. So definitely a longer seed than usual here.
Yeah, and bracket flags can do that to you. It can really throw you off your rhythm because all those shortcuts you're accustomed to are out of play, and you're really forced to go to do things you'd rather not. He's burning all of his music boxes just because he can.
Clicking on the useless hammer.
Yeah.
Get it out of my inventory. No!
Okay, well, he got a straight shot to the finish. He's gonna have to do it as Small Mario, unfortunately, but that shouldn't be a problem.
Still, Bowser's Castle starring as Small Mario is not fun.
No, but once he gets past the staircase, he'll be fine.
Boo on the torch. That always makes me laugh.
Got to be a little careful here because that boo can troll you.
Yeah, it was chasing, and it's sitting in that stairway right now. He doesn't have a lot of space to turn around. Ooh, managed to find one spot there he could. Now he's going to try and get through, and hopefully that boo doesn't come along.
Nope. He is going to stop for a power-up. Good idea.
Good call. Oh, it's not a useful power-up.
It's going to take bottom route, try and get another power-up from the bottom route, assuming he isn't going to be trapped by lasers.
There was a random laser.
Okay, well,
another Starman. Another laser.
All right. So BGS does get through, though.
Now to avoid getting hit with in the confines of Bowser's feet, if you wish to make that gamble.
So he's fine, and that should take care of things for him.
Yeah, he should be fine now.
Yeah, he's fine.
I got him looking the other way. That's fine. Oh, now he turns this way.
All right, that will do it, and BGS is going to have to play a third game to decide who goes on to the quarterfinals. Really wish he'd stop doing that. 40. So he finishes with an official SRL time of 41:06.
So that's a difference of about, doing quick math here, almost 3 minutes. 2 minutes and 54 seconds, it looks like, on that race.
That's about where they were after World 7. It was about a 3-minute gap most of the way after that. Anywhere 2 minutes to 3.5 minutes. So
yeah, so we have a game number 3 coming up, and you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. Next race decides who goes on to the next round of the tournament, and whoever does not win this next race is out. So everything is on the line in this next race. Make sure you stay with us here at the SpeedGaming Family Networks. Game number 3 coming up after a brief break here. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying with us here in the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament. We are in the bracket stage of the tournament, game number 3, but in this exciting matchup between YoBGS and paraducks64. Those of you joining us late, hey, welcome. We're happy to have you here for game number 3. I'm Cyclone, joined by Proa007 as with the first 2 races. And Proa, we saw a very nice set of races in those first 2 races, didn't we?
Yes, we did. For those of you just joining us, Game 1, Paraducks was well on his way to a fairly comfortable win, was doing everything right, had some really nice play, some really good levels, and then World 8 happened. He went one way. BGS, who'd been behind for a couple of minutes, went the other way, and BGS got the right fort at the right time and managed to squeak out a 25-second win in Game 1 in a jet seed that Paradox probably could have sub-30'd if he had gotten the correct fort early. Game 2, which we just completed, Paradox staked himself to an early lead and kept it there throughout the entire race as BGS had some trouble in World 7, and that ultimately sunk him, put him too far behind the 8 ball to really catch up to Paradox. Had another rough World 8, but both of them did this time. Paradox was able to score a win to bring us to a decisive Game 3.
So speaking of that decisive Game 3, that is happening right now. For those of you joining us late may not know what our bracket flags are. Bracket flags are a lot like the flags you may have seen in the group stage, where we have worlds all randomized. Everything is shuffled. You can have any of the lost levels show up in any of the worlds. The difference is that castle stages, fort stages, are going to be randomized among each other, and airships are only randomized among those 7 airship levels. So they will not, it won't be just any level anywhere. You're going to have an idea what kind of level will show up there. Now, with that said, we do have 2 major differences. One is that the end card game is no longer in play. We're not going to see any flipping cards for items. That means that any hammers or clouds that show up, you're going to have to ration those. Make sure you use them in the place where you feel most comfortable using it. And with that said, the hammers also do not break the locks, so there's a very limited use for those hammers in this flag set. Let's get your first world guesses in chat. Some have already done that. Where do you want to start, Proa?
I said 6, so it seems like a good choice for our runners.
Let's see 1 this time.
Yeah. We've seen 4 2 games in a row. We're going to hit the trifecta. Well, you rolled it, so if it ends up 4, I'm going to start questioning your shuffling abilities.
Well, I hadn't shuffled any yet, so we're going to see what happens here. But 4 is the most common level I find in any of these shuffles. Like last race I commentated, I think I saw 4 twice in that one as well started off. So 4 just seems very common.
World 2. Bob the Ever-Living gets it. And we lead off with 6-2, a stage we have not seen so far.
And there are a lot of stages we still have yet to see, so we're going to see if we can get any of those levels to come up so we at least get a look at as much of the game as possible here. This is another stage that does not have auto-scrolling activated. All the auto-scrolling is turned off except for 2 stages. That is 5-9 and the level known as Atlantis, one of the beta stages.
Neither of which we've seen so far, so talk about stages we'd like to see. That would be 2 of them.
Game 3, they've got to be coming.
BGS first one out. Paradox not far behind. We got a fort and a lock behind a pipe. This is probably this is what it's going to be, but this is actually a bad time to go for the item. I'm willing to bet that the logic always assumes you go for the item, which can bring up some interesting scenarios like this one where, yes, you can go for the item, but it's probably going to be longer overall to go for it.
We'll have to see what gets opened up here. This could be an interesting case where a gamble could pay off, or in this case, for both of them may not.
So, runners are pretty much even at this point.
So you're right, it opened up the pipe. Boss Bass, why are you always in this stage?
Race 7 with Boss Bass. At least he wasn't a delay reaction like Game 1.
Yeah.
Paradox could have gone for the item, chose not to. Neither does BGS. That's kind of a judgment call. It's early enough to where I'd almost want to go for it, to kind of see.
YoBGS doing a little bit of tricky maneuvering in midair to avoid the Boss Bass there, barely avoids the jumping fish.
He's got PTSD, and Paradox finally gets rid of the double fire bros, gets a hammer. That
YoBGS got a Sledge Brother. It looks like the same hammer. Was that the same? Yeah, it was the same brother.
So hammer not in use, has no value here, so we have to deal with the hammer bro now, and this time it's 2 boomerang bros. Ooh,
Oh, Paradox with a death.
Paradox, unfortunately, is small Mario. BGS is Raccoon Mario. And Paradox gets blocked again. This is not good.
I have seen a race decided literally on... Oh, boss passes everywhere tonight. I've seen a race literally decide on those Boomerang Brothers and Fire Brothers and that before. I actually seen a game over early in a race that has caused a loss like that. So that can't add up. If you take a few deaths like that, that's a game over, and that can really hurt you.
And Paradox, top of that, does not have Raccoon Mario, so BGS is actually able to make quick work of 7-2, so BGS holding a very good lead here. Oh boy.
Oh, almost got eaten. Found a mushroom though, which is what he was going for.
Yeah, it's what he. Damn, where was that? 2 minutes ago. Why'd you make me suffer like this?
Now Paradox has to get back to the pipe. He has enough of a platform. 2 is actually enough if you're at P speed, but he gave himself a little insurance.
Oh, BGS in the Vanilla World 2 airship takes out Morton and gets the wand at 347, and we are off. Paradox, in spite of all of his tribulations, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a 5-up incidentally to give himself some cushion.
Yeah, I agree. He might go for the star here.
And he does. No surprise there.
Yeah, he knows a game over would really hurt him, so he doesn't want to take a chance on that. Take the few seconds better than losing a couple minutes.
So we have World 7 now.
So it's worth knowing this is the first time all night that YoBGS has actually been in the lead coming out of an airship.
Correct. Yes. He was fractionally behind in game 1 and a little more behind in game 2. So BGS now doing the exploration. Paradox gets the wand at 442, so almost a minute behind all those deaths. BGS well equipped to take down Pyramid, another stage we have yet to see until now.
Paradox does have his leaf now, so he's going to be all set for taking on Pyramid as well without having to wait for the Buzzy Beetles. And by the way, those Buzzy Beetles are programmed. They have to still be in that stage, because otherwise, if you come in that stage with no ability to get a leaf, you could literally be soft locked there. So the Buzzy Beetles will always be available in that stage.
BGS going to Hammer Bro. Paradox to take a look. Pipe. Look, Paradox. So this is a forced draw. So fairly linear start to 7. So it's kind of a relief and an irritation. Okay, so they found the island. Now, how to get to South Central? Or to North Central Island, because that's where Ford is.
Oh, he found it. YoBGS found the path very quickly, and I think Paradox is probably on the correct path as long as he picks the right pipes.
Right, yeah, well, that shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, so now, how to get to North Central Island? Well, there it is. So, BGS guessed correctly. Last, so see if Paradox is a little cleaner with his routing. BGS having a little trouble here in the first Piranha stage.
Now he's going to try to avoid the moving munchers. There he does. What's our item up here? Cloud.
Bad. 2 forts.
Well, we've seen this fort all 3 races tonight. Exciting, race number 1.
Yeah, Paradox has kind of figured out, yeah, let's try that other pipe. That is ultimately going to be the correct choice. We actually probably saved a little time there. Not a lot, but he knows what has to be done. There is that.
Random hop foot on the pipe on the spikes there.
Nice. Paradox kind of split the gap there to get on the platform. That was really risky. It paid off for him. BGS one stage away. It's 5-7. Not a terrible stage yet.
I don't think YoBGS intended to take a hit there, so he's going to take a Fire Flower now.
Yeah.
He's through cleanly from there. Paraducks taking on Boom Boom, and Boom Boom is down cleanly. So about a stage behind.
Yeah, about a stage and a couple of pipe transitions. So about 35-40 seconds. He's got some time back. Paradox is the higher seed here. He is the 6th seed. YoBGS is the 11th seed.
And Boss Bass appeared in Muncher stage again.
Piranha 2, 5-7. BGS is World 1 airship.
One hit, going for fire, 2 hits. That's it.
51 for BGS. So, see, so the gap is 55 seconds, according to my notes, after World 1. Oh, Paradox almost got gulped in midair, a la BGS.
So we almost had a second case of a midair gulp.
Yeah, bad. BGS.
Now we may or may not get to see what the Bowser item is here.
This is a double draw. They got to play. They have to play both of them. There's a lock and a bridge.
Gives up the Fire Flower. Gonna just zip through as fast as he can.
So, Paradox got some time back, but not very much. Only about 50 seconds. 50 seconds behind. So 5F1 done for BGS. There's the bridge. Now he's got to play the other fort, and it's 6F2.
Ooh.
Yeah. BGS can't go for the complete run.
They got hung up a little bit there.
BGS is actually back for the Fire Flower. Paradox, oh, he lost it anyways.
He was second guessing himself went back, hit that Fire Flower, and that unfortunate loss of it right away obviously cost him a little time there. And the only Boom Boom that jumped straight up.
Paradox is actually really cool. Well, Paradox is playing the first play is going to play 5F1. So it's not as close as I think. There's 7-3 with the star chain. Still a one stage difference between our runners, but Paradox is kind of closing the gap a bit here. He's got a ways to go to kind of make up for his early deficit, where he took all those deaths to Boomerang Bros.
Oh, that's a hit. That could cost him. Oh, that was so close.
Yeah. So BGS is actually getting a 5-up. I don't think
that was accidental. That was accidental. Yeah. He was taking his time.
Yeah. Himself with the Tanuki. So 4-4-4, because of course you use Tanuki 4-4. I do.
Why not? He's not going to get the enhanced bounce. He's going to have to go under these blocks. Little time lost there.
Yeah. So for those of you wondering, after this at 10 p.m. Eastern, so a little over an hour from now, we have the second match of our doubleheader tonight on SpeedGaming 2. between Teeks and Haxor, the 8-9 seeds squaring off, in which would be an outstanding match.
And for those of you who are also watching on our YouTube channel, SpeedGaming channel on YouTube, Paraducks also not getting the jump, so he's going to have to go underneath. Those watching on YouTube, that race will follow in this playlist. We have a large selection of races here. We hope you're enjoying the tournament.
Yeah, we're in round 2 of the brackets. We played about 5 weeks of group play, whittled the field down from 44 to 22. And we've had very entertaining bracket matches so far, and this one shaping up to be joining great matches we've already had. BGS is in the World 5 airship. Paraducks has got to play the coin ship. Larry.
And 1 hit. 2 hit. Red hit. Blue hit.
4 hit Larry. 1309 for BGS. BGS is looking to make the quarterfinals for the first time in the tournament. I believe this would be Paradux's second time in the quarterfinals. He made it last year. He lost in 3 games to Cobra last year.
And the bold strategy by Cotton. And let's see what the difference is. I didn't catch what time the wand grab was, but it looks like a 13:43 for Paraducks.
It's 34 seconds now, so Paraducks is catching up. As we're in 3F2 now. Here in a vanilla World 4, at least in terms of the order.
And we're in the underwater carpet for it.
Alright, so 2 forts in plain sight. Got 2 pipes, so this could be really quick, or this could take a little while. Depends on where that pipe takes. Not create the bridge, so they're gonna have to do a little fishing. Yeah, that's not too bad. There's gonna be a couple of hammer bro in the way. Fire bro in the case. It's another hammer.
We're running... We don't have a lot of places left we can use that, I don't think, do we?
3 and 6 can still be used.
Yeah.
But 3 is really dependent on getting 2, so 6 is probably the more likely play. BGS picking up a cloud there. Gotta start using those clouds.
Yeah, you don't want to leave them on the table at the end. You can't take them to the next seed.
Can't take him to World 8. BGS is in World 8 fort, best fort in the game.
Speaking of World 8.
Paradox picks up his hammers. So... Okay, so Hammer Bro is kind of coming to him on... So Paradox might have to play him anyway.
Just gonna go for 1 shot here, 1 cycle. Gets it.
Yeah. You can take 1 damage boost, still get it. Paradox is about half a stage behind right now. See if he can hold on to Fire Mario. Unfortunately, no, but
So we are in the World 3 airship. No, yeah, that's the World 3 airship. I had to think for a second. World 3 airship on YoBGS' side at the end of World 4.
right. Paradox underway. Actually, I'm not underway. Just finished. And okay, so he actually gets a little break there because if that Hammer Bro had gone out of his way, I'm not sure Paradox would have gone for it.
We have a 1-hit Iggy.
Yeah, 1630 by my count. So BGS continuing to hold that lead that he's staked himself too early. Yeah, we're looking at about a 35-40 second difference right now.
Paradox went for a longer jump than usual, didn't make it, and had to take the slightly longer method.
Do give our runners a follow if you haven't already. This has been one entertaining second round, I gotta say. BGS finding Fort Knox. I think that's our first appearance of Fort Knox
It is.
of all night.
It is, and they're going to have to work to get the tail out of this stage.
Yeah, Paradox, unfortunately, how did he get the lead? Paradox had a whale of a time with Boomerang Bros in World 1 and World 2. That's what the difference has been right now. He died, I think, twice.
Yeah, twice. And other than that, they've been pretty close in what they've done for the rest of the seeds so far. So it's just a case of a small lead for YoBGS. A little bit of execution for Paradox making some time up.
The other thing that kind of helped BGS is BGS had a tail for 7-2 to start. Paradox did not. BGS got to do a one cycle through the stage in very short order. So we got a 3 Fort World 7.
Oh, 5-9. Cloud's going to be used.
Yep, absolutely. Though...
Oh, this is not a good stage to have to do after the Cloud, though, so you have to be careful here.
I'm also wondering... It's possible they might have to go back. If the routing is what I think it is, if this is a 3 Fort World 5, they might have to go back.
This could be a bad call, yeah. We're have to see how the forts line up.
Paradox didn't even bother. He's like, I'm doing this. We'll find out in about 20 seconds if BGS and Paradox are justified in their call if they just burn the cloud. The good news is they both have 2 clouds.
But if it turns out it's the wrong call, sorry to interrupt you. If it turns out it's the wrong call, we're going to find out in a second. They're both going to feel behind, but I think they're both in good shape here. They're going to be happy about this.
They were fortunate there. That did not backfire on them.
Yeah, nothing in the way. Just do World 2 or Stage 2 and you're at the castle.
Yeah. So... Yeah, it was unlikely. Actually, now that I think about it, it was unlikely. But, BGS finding the second-hand stage. Giving out today just a mushroom. Gave out clouds in, Game 2.
Yeah, they're not going to like the mushrooms out of there. I mean, at least it's a power-up if you run out of items, but, still not the best item.
Paradox closing in. He didn't die, in 5-9. He is... on his way. World 6 airship now.
I think it's about 10-15 seconds right now.
If that. Yeah, they're less than a stage apart now. BGS.
We're going to have to keep an eye on the wand grabs here as long as neither runner dies. That's 3. 4 hits. Yep, let's get a wand grab for YoBGS going for the... Didn't get it. 29, I believe he got that at.
Yeah. 29. 38.
And 38, yep. Lost a second on the attempt to go for the quick wand grab there, so it's a 9-second difference now.
Yeah, so Paradox has been slowly chipping away at the lead. He's made a... Not taking a look at what ended up being 5-9 saved him. So we have Worlds 3 and 6 left.
And he has no idea how lucky he is he didn't have to see 5-9.
Yeah. We don't even see what the item is. BGS is just going. So was a good call. Paradox is going to do the same. So, okay, so, well... Fun as the double hammer play is, it's actually not a bad idea to burn a hammer here.
We found, I believe this is 6-9?
Yes, 6-9. That's, I think, first time peering. Paradox trying to go for the wall jump, does not get it. It's gonna go on. So this can be a fairly long world 6 for our runners because all 4 pipes are in the first half of the world. So they're going to have to play some levels here, and it could be some really ugly ones, too.
Yeah, we'll have to see what kind of levels come up here. And a different decision by one of the runners here could lead to the other runner taking either a larger lead or a lead change. YoBGS second-guessing his routing there.
Paradox, there's a hammer.
Not going to serve a lot of use right now. With you still World 3, though, still coming up?
Double hammer's still in play, and he burns a hammer here, so...
Yeah, he's taking a chance that he's only going to need 1.
Okay, well, if he's wrong, that could be crippling for him because that double hammer play is it's not a guarantee, but if it pays off big way.
We have a nice boss pass in 610.
As is tradition. Paradox gets ahead of him. BGS is going to finish off 6F1.
Boom, boom, down.
So this could come down to double hammer strat. Is it or isn't it?
If it doesn't, then Paradox is now a full castle behind. And takes an unintended death. Oh, that's going to hurt.
That does hurt, yes. 8 tanks, so he's gonna play it normally. So see what World 3 gives us. The map is gonna determine that. Oh, he did it again! Paradox is going for it, and he really wants to show off the strat.
Oh, that's going to be absolutely costly. He really wanted the power up, and now he's probably going to go... Yeah, he's not going to go for it this time.
He wanted to give himself a bit of a power... I think BGS is going to have to go back and play for that fort. 6-5.
Ugh. One of the stages you don't want to see.
Not particularly, no. Paradox is going to go for the item. Gets it through. BGS got hit. He's got to go back.
Well, that can happen.
Especially with fire chomps, fires. Yeah, those are nasty enemies.
Yeah, those are nasty, and I think those respawn too, don't they?
They can, yeah. Paradox finally done with 6F1, and fires.
Whoa!
Almost got him.
Random fire snake from the sky.
A lot of World 6 levels in World 6. We've had 4 stages so far from that world in this here. So here comes, bridge, so he's got to go back.
Note box found on the Boom Boom fight. Or whatever, no, that was a Hand Brother fight, sorry.
Yeah. Paradox is playing, also going to play 6-5. Now, BGS handles, how Paradox handles 6-5 and Fire Chomp. Far so good. He actually despawned the Fire Snake. That's pretty fortunate for him. BGS is in the World 6 airship. And we are getting close to the end here. We've still got some game left to be played. Paradox is about 2 stages behind right now. Gets ready to start Navy. 3-hit Lemmy.
3-hit Lemmy, yep, average.
26-29 for BGS, so he's probably about a minute ahead right now, I'd say. So, World 3 is last, and we're still waiting to see if the double hammer play pays off.
We're going to find out probably in about the next minute or 2. The taxes question coming up again.
Yeah. The moment of truth. Can Paraducks use the double hammer?
Oh my.
Yes, he can, but it's not guaranteed of being valuable right now.
By the way, Boss Bass in the quicksand stage, and I've seen a lot of Boss Bass getting fed from the quicksand in this stage.
So this is the rest of the map is going to determine this, but could pay off. BGS still having flashbacks to the gulping in Game 2. So 1 minute gap between the runners going into World 7. BGS is going to take a look at that pipe.
And it takes him... Oh!
Ooh. I'm surprised by this. Am I missing something? There's 7-8 for the first time today.
And that's the stage you want to fly over as much of as you can, so I do not blame him for going to the sky on that start. There's Boss Bass again!
Yep. Okay. Paradox. That was intense.
Yeah, that was to avoid Boss Bass.
Alright. So. Okay, I think I see where BGS is coming from. He's figuring that the pipe is on right there. So there's two forts. Okay, well he's figured it out. Paradox is playing the fort. Is he right? Okay, is he right? We'll find out.
Yeah, he's probably right.
See. We'll see. We don't know for sure. We're gonna find out in about a minute here. So, is it 5F2 or is it Piranha Fort?
Well, we're going to find out who's right in a moment. And YoBGS did have the great fortune of being right in the first seed, and that gave him the win. Will it go against him this seed?
Paradox is correct.
Oh my.
Paradox has guessed right. He's going for double hammer. Fortunately, he's got to play a coin ship to get around this, but he is in great shape here.
YoBGS, meanwhile, going to go through the Tunnel of Tough Love in the next section here.
Yeah. Oh, BGS was hoping to get around it. Did not. Paradox gets a music box for all his trouble. He's got a cloud. He's going to burn it right here.
Yeah, very likely. There it is.
Yep. Paradox has hit the jackpot. He is back in the lead. After being behind.
Sorry, go ahead.
I would say, after being behind for most of the race, he is back in control here.
Yeah, that was a very well played World 7. He made the right pick, and just like seed number 1 went YoBGS's way for a very fortunate pick, seed number 3 is starting to look like it's going to go that way for him now. But we still have World 8. The great equalizer itself still awaits, and there could still be shenanigans going on in World 8. A one-hit Wendy.
Paradox takes down Wendy at 30-34. He's going to be about a minute ahead going into World 8. He finished off World 7 airship, no problem. All right.
You had me at hello. I know a song by that title.
Not quite what they were referencing here, but yes.
No, but yeah.
Okay, so Paradox is going to play Air Force because it's right here. No reason not to.
It's in the way, and he might need it for something, so why not?
Yeah, better. Last thing you want to do is backtrack. Paradox.
He could take a death here.
Could, but he won't.
Nope.
Pretty good shape. Crouch jump across. He's in. 4F1.
Boom, boom, down.
Taking it. Got a little ahead of himself there. Had to kind of backtrack. Make sure he got a clean jump across. I want to do this again. 31:53. So about a minute 20 seconds.
Oh, he got another meal.
Well, that was an intentional meal. That was to see if it was tanks. It was regular tanks or super tanks. It was regular tanks.
That's just the express route out of the stage. You don't really need to play.
All right, so Paradox sees two pipes connected to each other. Okay. Another look at the last pipe.
Are we going to get look at a lot of bridge paths here, or are we going to see a very simplistic bridge formation again?
Okay, we've got two bridges. I like this play. This is what I should have done in game 2 last night. It would have saved me a lot of trouble. So, there's Navy. It's Air Force. So, one state you don't want to see, you want to have a P-Wing on. Okay, so BGS is right behind him. He's half a stage behind. He ignored Air Force outright and is right on his heels. So we got a race, folks.
He could still make the call to go back to Air Force, and that would put Paradox back in the lead significantly. But right now, this is a very close race.
Yeah, it broke the lock next to that pipe that he just entered. BGS finishing off. Okay, so there's a hand. You have to... Okay.
That's going to slow him down a little.
Especially if he decides...
Looking for a spot to take death here, I think. He's going to do it right here on this Lotus.
Okay, that's one bridge. So that much has been confirmed. But...
Yep.
Doesn't have a cloud, so he's going to play 8-2, and it's 6-7.
Again, no auto-scrolling on for that.
All right, so BGS is now going to play Air Force, so that puts them back on even footing. Paradox is going to... All right, so...
Does YoBGS still have a cloud to skip that 6-7 panel?
He does not, I don't believe. I think he burned everything. All right, so there's another block. So Paradox actually gets good intelligence here. If this is correct. There's super tanks.
So we know we need that. Maybe.
Okay, so it's either this or it's 8 Fort, which I believe is in the top left corner. That 7-4. So we could have two very different routes here.
YoBGS just confirmed that the Navy panel did nothing.
So BGS is following in his footsteps. He's going a different route here.
If this leads to the other fort, this could be another gamble of which one works out.
Okay, if he goes... Okay, he does have a cloud. He's going for it.
Oh, good. There's a lot there, though.
High five. Here it is. It is the 8 Fort. It is in the top left corner. Paradox has not figured it out. He will in about... Oh, he did! Oh my god, he got it!
Oh, he got it!
He got it. I totally misread that.
It was this stage that did it.
Yes. Dugum Cloud was the anchor, so he got it. So,
that means YoBGS have to play 6-7 to get back out, I think.
yeah, unfortunately, Paradox is going to take game 3, barring a disaster.
But such a good race.
Oh man, Paradox staring down the barrel of an early elimination.
Oh no!
Okay.
Invisible fireball is a thing. Didn't happen though.
Well, fortunately, BGS is going to have to play 6-7. Paradox, as soon as this first jump oh, he got faked out. Okay. Okay, he should be... Once he gets to the second jump, he should be fine. Oh, he's getting faked out a little bit.
Oh, he's getting faked out a lot here. This is not working well for him.
It's gonna be okay, though. He should be fine. Paradox, now 2 jumps away from taking this match.
YoBGS finding the Lotus and getting out. But it's going to be too late for YoBGS, as he's going to have to go back and play 6-7 now, and as he starts the stage, Paraducks drops Bowser to the floor. So this is going to be the deciding, decisive race. Paraducks going to win 2-1 here. He's going to advance to the next round of this tournament.
Get out the GGs.
Official SRL time 37:16.
paraducks64, after dropping heartbreaking game 1 by 25 seconds, has scored a major victory and is moving on to the quarterfinals for the second straight year.
We will see if he wishes to join us. You'll be just now getting to Bowser's Castle.
Yeah, that unfortunate Jugum Cloud that having to play 6-7 cost him. I don't know if it would have made a difference. It would have made it a lot closer, though. If he goes for the clip here. Successful in game 1. I believe on try. Okay, so leaf there.
Doesn't want the leaf.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't want to take another run at the clip. He knows that. And now that, unfortunately, he has fallen. Oh!
Oh!
Oh, he's got a Tanuki suit if he wants it. Play with Mario.
Went for the lower clip, didn't get that. Just gonna head up. Didn't get the upper one. So as we follow YoBGS finishing Bowser's Castle here, just to remind you, make sure you guys that you all watching stay tuned with us here on SpeedGaming 2. We are going to have the Haxor versus Teeks88 coming up in about 34 minutes here after we do our interviews here. So with that said, there's a couple other races on the schedule in the coming days as well. Gimp Extreme versus iBooba 7, Gamer Cal versus Glutamic Acid, DLP 316 versus Tapatio J, and Human Mustard versus Mud Cobra, all coming up in the next few days. Speedgaming.org/SMB3R will give you all the information on those races.
If you haven't given our runners a follow, please do so. This has been a standing race. And yeah, give Cyclone and me a follow too if your heart desires. But definitely these two guys. This was a great race.
And YoBGS does finish the Bowser fight. Bowser drops to the floor again.
BGS making second round exit here. Still a terrific performance. He finishes with an official SRL time of 40:27.
So a difference of 3 minutes and 11 seconds.
Yep. Got a Paraducks bot. Here in a sec.
And we're going to see if both runners wish to join us here. The invites have been sent out to them, so it'll be their call if they choose to join at this point. Actually, I do see them both in the setup channel, so I'll make sure they know they're coming on air, and then we'll bring them in.
Well, all right. Well, we have YoBGS chat, GG's, and there is our winner for tonight's best of 3 match, paraducks64, GG.
GG's.
GG.
Those were a really close match, I think.
Game 3 was pretty. Well, all 3 were nuts, but game 3. In particular, BGS, you were leading for most of the way, actually. It came down to really the guessing in World 3. Paraducks played the correct fort early, and you came around to it. But that did ultimately swing the race. But you almost had it right back. Unfortunately, the cloud, that whole thing with 6-7, unfortunately, was a bit of a setback. Otherwise, really, really close. Game 1 close.
It also came. You mentioned World 3. It also came down to the double hammer, not specifically, but the double hammer for Paradox came into play. Whereas one of those hammers YoBGS used earlier in a previous world, and the double hammer was not available for YoBGS as a result. So that also had a bit of a play in World 3 to put Paradox in front for good.
No, I had 2 hammers. I just didn't use them. I figured Paradox was going to use them, and I was like, I'm going to work my way around. I finished that with 3 hammers because we picked one up in World 8, too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? Well,
Okay.
I think I didn't use a single hammer until World 3.
That sounds about right. Yeah, there really weren't. I know BGS you did. I think I want to say in game 2. I want to say you used a hammer. I know Paradox did not. Oh, it was game 1. Game 1, that early hammer you used it. Paradox did not.
Yeah, that was only saving one stage, so I was thinking maybe I should do the stage and keep the hammer in case I needed to somewhere else, but it didn't work out at the end.
Right. But no, game 1, Para, you led 95% of the way, and then boom, 8 fort is always the answer.
Yeah, the great equalizer.
Oh boy. BGS, how nervous were you at the end of game 1? Knowing, like, thinking, oh boy, that fort, he must have figured it out.
Well, I'd mentioned it in the SRL chat. As soon as I saw the fort and I went into the pipe, I was immediately like, why am I not doing that? It's right there. To the point where that was the same thing that happened in race 3. I saw it was one of the super tanks, and I was like, why am I skipping that? It's right there. And when Para didn't finish and I saw Bowser's Castle, I was like, I don't know what happened, but I might have a chance. But it wasn't until I saw the path complete that I thought like I even had a chance that race.
Yeah, I really got lost in World 8. I played all the forts before the fort, and it happens.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, I think you did 11 forts in 3 matches. I think the only thing you didn't do in World 8 and Game 3 was 8 fort in the top corner. But yeah, you got a healthy dose of forts in your 3 matches.
A lot of bus bass too.
Yes, too much boss bass.
He got fed a few times in that 3rd seed, especially. I think the 2nd one too.
Yeah, the 2nd one, yeah, the 3-7 gulping.
Yeah, that needs to be clipped. I'm gonna clip that later.
Yeah. So, but BGS, as we wave goodbye to you, I mean, 5-1. You took down Classic. Terrific group play match. What are your overall thoughts on this tournament?
I'm always like right there because Para and I split last time. I've split with Haxor before. I beat Classic. It's like I just can't. When the brackets come around, I can't put together 2 games out of 3.
No, I mean,
you're definitely a good player. That was a challenge, I must say.
I actually thought you were going to have it in that 2nd race, YoBGS. Again, you led the whole way into the 7th World 3, and it was just that decision. You saw Pyrana Fort. Paradox didn't see Pyrana Fort, and that was the wrong fort. It was kind of what gave you the first race that gave Paradox this race. That happens, obviously, but still a very good race. Could have gone either way.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta play consistent. And it's like if you're gonna gamble, you gotta gamble consistently, and sometimes it works, and sometimes not so much.
Right, and yeah, you had staked yourself to an early lead after a good World 1. Paradox had a whale of a time, died twice to the Boomerang Bros. and then 7-2, you had a tail, and you were able to sail through that, so that staked you to about a 1-minute lead, and you pretty much held that most of the way. And Paradox got some time back, then you gained some time in World 6 when you used the hammer, skip a level. So it was very close, though. So Paradox, you move on to the quarters. Second straight year now. Ibuba
Yes.
or Ibuba / Gimp Extreme await. Thoughts on your potential matchup?
I've never actually had a match against him. I think Ibuba had a match with the weeklies. I know he's good. About Gimp is kind of the dark horse of the tournament right now. So I don't know. It could be anyone for the quarterfinals, I think.
It could be. It's gonna be close. And Ibuba, went 6-0. Gimp Extreme, I think, has, as you say, the dark horse. He has caught fire in the last couple of weeks. Shall see. So, and Gimp is commenting on chat that he says he'll take the dark horse label. Well, who wouldn't? No.
Why not?
Yeah. So in a little under half an hour from now, we have our 8-9 matchup between Haxor and Teak. Want to see two Vanilla and Hundo and Warpless heavyweights going head to head. Stay tuned, because we are in for quite a match.
Yeah, we have a great matchup coming up, and I might even stick around and watch a little of that myself, because I'm curious to see how that plays out. So make sure you stick around for that match. Let me actually see who's commenting that, because I don't have that friendly right now.
It's Dust Minion and Human Mustard are going to be behind the mic.
Yeah, that should be a great commentary pairing as well. I know I comped with Dust Minion recently, so him and Human Mustard are going to call a great race, I'm sure. Make sure you stay with us here on Speed Gaming 2. We are going to have that live for you in about 24 minutes. We'll keep the channel live so we can keep all the hosts on that over here as well. So anyone hosting, thank you for hosting, and we do look forward to continuing to have some good action here for you this evening. While we're killing a little bit of time, I'll go ahead and bring up the overall Speed Gaming schedule here. Not too much of that, but while we're waiting for this race, in the meantime, if you want to catch some Link to the Past rando action, Speed Gaming 4 has that. Final Fantasy Randomizer Weekly is on Speed Gaming 3, but make sure you come back here by 10 o'clock if you want to catch that next race, which is between the Haxor and Teaks 88, coming up right here. Any last thoughts from you, Pro, before we turn over to that?
No, just again, give our runners a follow if you haven't, and then eventually give us, me and Cyclone, a follow. But we've got 6 more second round matches to get done between now and Sunday. And if last night and tonight are any indication, we are in for a treat as we get closer to the finals of this tournament, which should be a great matchup regardless of who it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of great runners in this tournament. In fact, let me bring it back up here. Just looking at some of the names in this tournament, I actually did see one of them in the chat here earlier, and that was I can't see you on the list now for some reason. I put the wrong tournament up. That's why. One moment here. There's the right one. Mitch Flower Power is what I was looking for on that list. We saw him in chat earlier. He was hanging out with us a little bit, so he's one of those people to watch. Gamer Cal was with us earlier. One of the higher seeds. I think it was number 1 seed in this tournament.
He is the 1 seed. Tapatio was in for a moment. Actually, I just see Fonzoid. He is not in the tournament, but he was the 1 seed last year in the tournament. Hope to see him in a future tournament. He's a really good player. But yeah, Tapatio was in. Haxor, I think, was in. Teaks was in. So a lot. Macobra made an appearance, so a lot of the top seeds are kind of circling and kind of watching their potential competition.
Yeah, and I was looking at the list of the races earlier. I'm trying to figure out which one is the matchup I didn't call out yet. Which no, I think we called. No, I think we're missing one. It might have been Mitch in the classic one that was not called out. That's the one I don't think was scheduled yet. But every other match is scheduled on that list.
Yes, they do have to schedule their match. Actually, it looks like Mustard is not going to be in attendance, or he'll be late. So DLP 316, another current participant in the tournament, is going to take his place.
Oh, I see.
I just saw this in the Discord. So
commentary switch.
Yeah, commentary switch. So DLP is going to join.
Well, there you go. We have killed enough time here, so we can probably wrap up any time here now. But yeah, make sure you guys, everyone, stay tuned for the Haxer versus Teeks 88. We're going to go ahead and sign off and get out of the way so the channel can go into a brief ad break, and then we'll hold the line for Dustmini and you said DLP. P16 coming up to call the race. Yep, they're going to be calling that race for you in about 20 minutes now, so make sure you stay with us. I'm going to give the close to you, Pro, but I want to say to everyone, thank you for watching. Follow the runners, and make sure you follow the Speed Gaming family networks as well, Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6. Pro, go ahead and take us out.
All right, so once again, GG's to paraducks64 for scoring a 2-1 victory over a very fine competitor in YoBGS to move on to the quarters for a second straight year. Well-deserved victory on his part, and congrats to BGS for a fine performance. So we have Teeks and Haxor, the 8-9, coming up in 20 minutes. Don't go away. That's going to be, if this was great, that's going to be has potential to be just as great. Do not want to miss this. So thanks to Cyclone for joining me, and GG's once again to all of our competitors. See you all again, actually in 20 minutes.
Yep. Stay tuned. Good night.